have my beekeeper hat. The mosquitoes were so bad on my my little farm that I put on my hat. God, I would have been eaten up alive if it wasn't for my beekeeper's hat. I was supposed to do a documentary, but they didn't, they didn't follow up. Let's see, it's September. Maybe they'll call me. But I've seen them. I've seen the hornets. I've got some living in my house, but they're not the murder hornets. So I was going to go around to a bunch of companies. So now, I'm gonna go back. Knee pads, always use knee pads. On there. I'm gonna go back home and work on the work on that sound application. I don't know how well it could be used as kind of like a bat sonar detector. I got a bunch of green peppers and shit from my farm, and sweet potatoes. I wonder, you could take the pumpkin seeds and eat them as sprouts, couldn't you? You could grow them and eat them as sprouts, on trays. Pumpkin sprouts. I bet they'd be good. Just thought of that. Because every time you open up a pumpkin, pull the seeds out, and then just put them in a little bit of sand or whatever. What would you put them in? Some sort of maybe thinking you'd put them in, get over here. Is that the tractor shut down? On there. Everyone's rushing to harvest the yeah. There's a mosquito. Where is that mosquito? Motherfucker. Got that one too. So many mosquitoes in here. What's up there? How's everyone doing? Hey. We're I'm gonna go home and I'm working on an acoustic app, a triangulation acoustic app that we'll be able to use to pinpoint whether or not the shot came from Tyler or not, simply by analyzing videos and their GPS location. I've been off. I had a Jimmy. What's it called? What's the word? Who was the guy who was taking off the air? Taking off the air yesterday. Everyone was upset at the video. What is what? The acoustic lab? So it's really simple. Basically, every if you have a video and it's in the a video and the sound timestamp, right? And you have multiple videos, all of shooting, happening, capturing the sound of the bullet when Charlie was shot. Then you can triangulate the location of the shooter. It's really that simple. Make sense? Think of it like every person is a cell phone tower, and think of the shot as the ping. You have multiple cell phone towers. Each of them is detecting the sound, and you just cross-reference, and you have where the shooter was. You can also have the audio recording tell you whether it was a 30-06 or not too. So you can analyze the location and analyze what it is. Was it a 30-06? Was it a 22? Each one has a different sound. Make sense? You follow? So, anyway. And, so at least we know whether Tyler shot or not, So I made the app. The app is actually on my GitHub yesterday. We need to put data in. I've made it open source, so anyone who's a coder can improve on it. The other thing it could be used for, imagine you have it running on your phone all the time, just in the background, right? And anytime there's a shot, right? If there's a shot, the app analyzes it. Was it a shot? Was it a bullet? Okay. Not only that, and this is all, it doesn't save your data, anything. It just sends the information, the GPS packet, and then analyzes versus you know, a file of bullet sounds. So imagine you're in the city and all of a sudden you hear a shot. Someone else has running the app, sells a shot. All of a sudden you can go, was that a shot? You click on the app, was that a shot? It says yes, and it was right here. So it tells you where it is in relation to you, because that app, just need three apps, right? 3 people, 3 different places running the app, and it will tell you what it was and the location of it. Yeah, so every bullet has a different sound. Not me, it's just science. It has a different frequency. All bullets have a different frequency sound. So AI, not I can't, but AI can differentiate the two. Yeah, it'd be not only that. Imagine you're a SEAL team, right? And you got a bunch of people moving in forward towards a target, right? All of a sudden you hear a shooting. You got your people spread out. All of them detects the sound, right? The speed of sound moves, right? And all of a sudden it will say shooter 200 yards to at 9 o'clock or whatever, right? So it should work on pretty much on everything. You could use it. You could use it for you hear a shot or whatever, and was that a shot? Was that a car? What, it would just tell you. Pretty straightforward. That's called an NBA player, not a scary black man. See, you're a racist. He's laughing at you. This guy's a fucking famous NBA guy. You don't know who it is. All right, let's go grab my, let's go. See? This here is actually, these leaves, I'm gonna capture all these leaves. This leaves right here, right? The herb. Smells really good. So these are all, I gotta put these in a bag and capture all the leaves. Here's what the plant looks fresh. This is what the plant looks fresh. See this fresh look right here. All right. Look at all these peppers and shit. Look at my peppers. All my peppers. Look at all these peppers. Look at these here. The size of these fucking sweet potatoes. That's some fucking food. Growing your own food. And these are, look at all these. I gotta go through these here. Oh shit. God damn it. God damn it. Woo! Ah. Pumpkin. Mosquitoes trying to eat the shit out of me. Just throw those in there. The little ones can just go in there. Ish. My lemongrass here. All right. Clean off those pumpkins. Let's go shut off the water. Now we got to go. Let's get my overalls off. Get my overalls off. Fucking mosquitoes fucking everywhere. Let's grab this shit here. What's this here? I need to, what do I want to do this? I guess throw it in the kitchen. I'm trying to think of the minimal damage that my wife isn't going to be upset. I guess I'll put it in the kitchen.
There is a strike. That is going to be one fabulous picket line. Guillermo, you went to a... Wait, where's Guillermo? Guillermo! ask you not to borrow my clothes without getting permission first?
Your wife says okay,
No,
so
she did all right.
and she's the boss.
You look
So
great, Guillermo. What's the name of your crew, your dance crew?
Three amigos.
Oh, the three amigos.
Yeah.
You know, tonight the Yankees are playing. They're hosting a
Blake, thanks a lot for the
wild card
contribution.
game with their arch
Thanks a lot,
rival
Blake.
Red Sox. The starting pitchers for both teams
I'm making
are rookies, Connolly Early and
I'm
Cam
adding my
Schlittler,
chisel.
which is a name that makes me very grateful I'm not a baseball announcer. Listen, the only word in the English language that rhymes with Hitler is his name.
I didn't kidnap him.
Meanwhile, the
they
Manosphere
just
is
wanna live in
very
my car,
fired
see?
up about the news that Bad
They wanna
Bunny
live in my car.
is doing the Super Bowl halftime.
So you heard about this guy, Bunny? Is that his name? Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. It's yet another reason to not watch football. It stinks. Roger Goodell and all those criminals, they can have their money. Boycott it. Read a book. Go to church. I'm serious. NFL, no freaking... life. No.
This is
I'll get back to you on the L.
what I'm doing is this. Have you ever gone to a Japanese restaurant? Is that green leaf? That green leaf is called chisel. This is chisel, and what I'm doing is adding it to my hooch, my alcoholic drink. Right? See, it's great. It's got flowers on it, so I'm just gonna break off the whole stem. Right? Put it all in here. Right? So I'm putting all the herbs, the chisel herbs in here. The drink is going to go from kind of a red to a deep purple, right? On there. Blake, Mr. Morris, you are too kind. On there. I was off. Thanks a lot, Blake. I was Jimmy Kimmel the other day. Did you notice I wasn't on yesterday? I got Jimmy Kimmel. I guess people were so upset with me pointing out that the Charlie Kirk video that a lot of people were, I guess, protested my live that caused YouTube. They had to investigate, and then they released me. So we're sticking all these bits in here. All right. All right, all these bits here. On there. No, they didn't take my video. I made it adult only. I made it I don't think it's been taken off. I don't think it was removed. I made it adult as a preemptive in case they were investigating. I wanted them to see that it was adult. So I changed it from, I changed it. He sure was. American Ace. He was gutted, all right. I just want to know, I'm really curious, you know, where did the shot come from? Did the shot come from in front of him? Did it come from the right? You know, I just want to verify where the shot came from. So I got this app. I made this app yesterday. Greasy Knoll. Where do you think it came from? Are you sure it's taken off and not it's not adult? I haven't checked. We got to look. Let's see if they did. No, they're still there. Look, they're still there. That one, that one. Maybe the one with the neck. Did I use the neck? Yeah, the no autopsy on Charlie Kirk is the one that they took off. So here's proof that they could see. That's where I think the shot came from. I don't know, maybe he didn't have shot. You see how you can see his face and you can see the shot? I was actually, it looks like there could be a guy up on that corner right. You know, see that there? It looks like there'd be a guy there. Looking down. It's weird. This is the videotape. This is what I was showing that got, you see the bulge? You don't see the bulge on his neck right there? That's before the bullet came out, right? You see how his whole body is blown up, right? You see how it's bulging up there? You see, you can even see it right there, right? That's right before the exit wound. So an exit wound doesn't blow out like that, and that's on the video. Jesus loves you, Blake. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves everybody. Jesus. All right, this one can go. Another one. So I'm getting these little fresh, these little things right here. These little tips. That's what I want. The little tips here. Right? And with the flowers. Look, it's got the flowers. It's my hooch. God damn. Ah, that's good stuff. Get this here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that there. That's some good stuff right there. God damn. Woo! That is it's fermented persimmons. I had persimmons for a year that fermented. So I'm picking all the The new leaf out on the buds out here. The flower buds. It tastes alcoholic. Doesn't taste bitter at all. It puts a warm fire in your belly. Gives you a nice warm fire. It's a little sweet, a little, I don't know how to describe it. But I'm adding all this chisel. This chisel. It's more of a probiotic. It's more like a fermented probiotic. I've got all sorts of probiotics in here. It's a probiotic, fermented probiotic drink, right? No. No one taught me how to make it. I'm channeling my shaman. I'm channeling Undao. But the chisel drink, like this drink here, they make in Japan. They make this drink in Japan. So I'm just adding this is from my farm. This is like a herb. It's really strong smell. Really strong. So I'm just grabbing the tips, the nice fruity tips, like here, you see that? It's got the flower on it, like the flower that's coming out, right, on there. Put it down. So I'm gonna stuff it with these leaves, and then I'll let it sit for a couple weeks. On it. It's medicinal. It's my medicinal. I'm just doing my shaman. I keep adding to it. I got my fresh water, but the tips are good. Just grabbing the tips of the plants, which has the flowers on it, so the flowers are coming in, on that. I have so much, so I can be kind of picky. So where I see the flowers, I just grabbing the flowers, right? So the flowers, you see the flowers hanging down. Look at that there, see the flower? It's really rich. I can't explain the smell. It's a unique smell. It's really unique. I can't explain it. You can get chisel, maybe chisel. Look for chisel. It's SHISO, chisel. Chisel. Maybe chisel drinks. So it's really nice purple, like this purple right here. It's really nice. Where you want it, like where it'll break off, like that there. Really nice purple. I don't know what Jamaica is. If you ever go to a Japanese restaurant, they serve the big green leaf. That's green chisel, same family. It smells so good though. I'm adding these chisel leaves to my hooch. Brandon. We're making a special fermented, this is a fermented drink. It's going to make it turn really dark purple. Yeah, probably is. He's hot for me. He's scared. He's staring at my little A cups. Doesn't matter, OG. A lot of gay guys have kids. A lot of gay guys have kids, OG. Doesn't matter. Having kids doesn't matter. That's just defense mechanism. Let's see what these guys have to say. Cover story.
These all plants?
People still read.
Yeah. Thank Buddha that they still read. Thank you for writing a book so people can read it.
Yeah.
My documents. Little Vietnamese on the top here. You want to explain yourself?
Yeah, it's a
Why you
diacritic.
trying to trick people into the title here?
Well, it's a Vietnamese word, actually. It's pronounced me, and it's more like if you're Vietnamese, there's like a little bonus for you.
It's a little Easter egg here.
Little Easter egg.
And the rest of us, we just look stupid saying my documents.
Yeah.
All that. Right? And you're just laughing to yourself every time I say my. and this is in reference to.
Oh yeah,
America.
it's the Vietnamese word for America.
Right.
So,
right.
You think it's just a reference to like Windows 95.
Right. Yeah, and you want to explain what the book is about?
Sure.
Something
Yeah. It imagines this like far-fetched dystopian future where the government is detaining people for no reason.
Oh, okay.
I've completely imagined this.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but you did imagine this because you wrote this came out earlier this year.
Came out earlier
and
this
so
year.
you wrote it. I think you started writing in 2018. Right?
2018, yeah. Actually, I was writing this. I came up with this idea in the throes of the first Trump administration. And Trump had evoked, even back then, the Alien Enemies Act, which is basically like the threadbare piece of legislation that allowed FDR to incarcerate Japanese Americans during World War II.
Yep.
So I just kind of imagine, like, what if it happened again today?
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm Vietnamese, I made it happen to Vietnamese people.
Right. And what's the outcome? Is it good or?
It's not great. Yeah.
Not great?
Yeah, they don't love it.
What made you in the book? It's a real. I mean, I did read it. It's like an exploration. It's a real. It's
Yeah, see like the little.
I put little notes.
Dog
in it,
tags and your dog ears.
Just to make you believe me. See, look, I wrote. See, look, it's like pencil markings here.
Yeah, see?
No, but I'll get to some of the structural things in this book, which I find very interesting. I mean, whatever, I'll say before I forget. Like, one thing that's interesting about this book is that the chapters kind of get shorter and shorter the more you get into it. And I was wondering, like, did you do that for like a dumbass TikTok generation? Because I gotta tell you, I hate to admit it, but the shorter chapters kind of made it like, oh, I can sneak another chapter in there. And it's like watching a book reel. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it's partly a way to make a book propulsive is to shorten the chapters.
Right.
An original version was like 100,000 words, and I sent it to my agent, and she was like, "You got to make this shorter." And the next version I sent her was like 150,000 words. So the one you get to read today is closer to 80, so it's like much more reasonable.
Yeah, and I mean it's still a complete story. I don't know what you took out from the 120,000 word version, but and it's kind of intense, man. Because it goes, I mean, you open on this very personal story about it's based in reality about, I assume, the grandmother character here who was fleeing Vietnam. and it's her experience. You really write from her perspective,
Yeah,
kind of.
it's loosely based on some family lore, and then it goes in its own direction. But I don't know. It's just this interesting thing where thematically, it's about what happens when you don't learn your own history.
Sure.
A bit of the foundation of this
Yeah,
is
learn your own history.
I didn't learn about Japanese American incarceration until I got to college. I took a course about it, and like I think in middle school I did an entire year about World War II and what happened to Japanese Americans. Didn't come up even once, not even for an afternoon. And I remember being so embarrassed about that, but also, if your education system will not tell you these stories, how are you supposed to find them out? And then, similar, like my parents are immigrants. They fled during the Vietnam War. There are certain stories like they won't tell me or didn't tell me for a long time, which is their right, But at what point, like, are we as a younger generation supposed to be curious about that? What happens when we aren't curious about that? So the book is about 4 young people who I think, in a way, start very incurious and are forced to become curious about their history.
Sure. And I mean, you're drawing direct parallels between the Vietnamese refugee experience and the fictional future.
Yeah, the fictional future that hasn't arrived yet.
That hasn't arrived yet.
The government is just disappearing people for no reason, for their political beliefs. I'm glad we're so far from that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just all of
this is like sci-fi. It's almost unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's even easy for you to talk about, because I was reading this book, and you're not named in this book. You are writing a work of fiction, I think, but just reading, I was like, oh, this dude is working through some shit right here, because the stuff you're going through, like, I feel like a lot of Asian people go through. I mean, not even necessarily Asian Americans. This idea of like you start off, even me in Malaysia, we start off like kind of not knowing much about the history of what happened there. You kind of almost reject it in a way, for whatever reason. Maybe it's because you're kind of trying to be, like, you're more a fan of Americana culture, so you're trying to like focus on that. You're geeking out on American stuff, so maybe you ignore whatever cultural history you have. Whatever the reason is, I'm just saying that we all have this weird journey where we ignore it most of our lives, and then everyone hits their 20s, and then everyone goes to college, and then they get this like, oh, what the hell is going on in Asia? And then you start to read up more about it on your own, and then you're like, oh man, I haven't been connected to this. So I feel like...
Yeah, I think when people are young, and maybe this is just us, but you want to fit in, right? And so just like learning about your individual history is not an appealing prospect. And yeah, like when you say like I'm working through some shit, like, I don't know, have you tried to find a therapist lately? It's like impossible. It's just way easier to write 100,000 words of fiction.
Right. No, I don't look for therapists. I'm trying to monetize this mental illness as long as I can. That's all this is, honestly.
Comedy.
Yeah. And look how far it got me. So therapy, yeah. You guys you don't know what you're cheering for right there. You're cheering for no therapy. But yeah, so in this book, you also kind of mock this idea of AAPI in America, this AAPI voting bloc that was created. I mean, I don't think I'm giving anything away, but
it kind of started as a joke for myself when I was writing. The piece of legislation that sends all Vietnamese people to camp is called the American Advanced Protections Initiative. The acronym is AAPI. And I think even like as we got closer to publishing, I was like, is that like too on the nose? Is that not funny? Would the right wing really go after like acronyms of all
Israel
things?
owns TikTok.
And then as it was coming out, like Trump just wouldn't say a single sentence without
through what's it called?
Right.
Through the
and so,
Larry Ellison,
that
right?
brings us to
Larry Ellison.
What I find interesting about this book is that you kind of you're not tackling it from this kind of traditional left progressive. You're trying to be.
See how that works
nuanced
out
with
for
the
them when they
news
start banning
thing, I
shit.
think. Like even this AAPI thing where you market. I mean, for me, sometimes I find it like weird. Like, what do you mean AAPI month? Like, I'm Asian all year. You know what I mean? Like, well, I don't know what. So what we get this month and like don't. It's kind of condescending in a way sometimes when they're like, oh yeah, we got the. Here's the Asian comics. Let's trot out these people who couldn't make it on the any other platform. And it's like, well, at what point does this kind of diversity thing become token and condescending and
Yeah, I mean the worst part I think our month is May, right? So like we lead right into Pride Month, which is like clearly the better month.
Right.
Like, it's just so much more fun. We're just like doing like dumpling making classes, and then like Pride has like a whole parade in like every city.
So where do you stand on that? Because this API month has a voting block in America. It's like one of the lines in this book is you go like one of the only things that seems to unfortunately unite Asian Americans is racism, as in people being racist to us.
I mean, I just think that like even though some people might think like you and I look alike,
yeah, but
we don't. Our language is different. Our food's different.
Back in the old country, we hate each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But here we're like forced to unite against.
I know, but we're just like grinning through it, right?
Yeah.
We do hate each other.
Yeah, we hate each other, and then now, but here I'm forced to put you on my show, and then you're forced to you're forced to write a book about it, and then we all. Yeah.
They wouldn't put me on during like a Josh Johnson week.
Yeah. So I mean, where do you stand on that in America? Like.
At the same time, like I think there is strength and solidarity, but sometimes in that I think we lose the individuality. My day job, I work as a journalist, and then like on the side I write novels, and I think about like the goals of each thing, even though they are both ostensibly writing. I think in journalism you try and take like a lot of muddy ideas and try to clarify it for the reader. And I think a powerful thing you can do in fiction is you can take assumptions or things people thought were clear and
I
muddy
think
it up.
that's good.
So I think like in terms of Asian American identity, that's something that the book really challenges and muddies up a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you want to give away the conclusion. Is there a conclusion to that? I mean,
I don't think there's like a strong takeaway. It's not
such a mess.
The point of the book is not abolish the phrase AAPI,
right.
but I do think we should challenge it, and we should really think about individually what it means to be Asian American, or if that's even a useful term anymore.
Sure. And as someone who spent a lot of time, like you spent basically, I think you wrote this for 5 years, thinking about this scenario, thinking about the history of Asian Americans, and unfortunately, the book kind of catching up to reality now. Like, what do you have a takeaway for what we? Can you fix everything, please? Please fix it.
The answer is really, it's actually on the last page of the book. So you'll just have to go buy the book and see what's in for it. I don't think there are like strong takeaways. When I started writing it, I was like, I did want the book to be really grounded in reality. A lot of the forces that are at play. We've been living under the Department of Homeland Security for 2 decades. Some people act like ICE just emerged during the second Trump term. It's been with us for a very long time. We have this history of Japanese American incarceration. We have the legacy of the Vietnam War. And ICE has been detaining migrants. They've detained millions of migrants over the past decade. Like, what's happening right now has escalated, but it is not new. And so I think the goal of the book was to kind of draw like a line between all of these things. They seem like disparate forces in America, but I think they're actually all quite part of American history.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess your hope by writing this is, sorry if this is a hacky question, but that you get asked a lot, but like what do you hope people take away from this?
I was just trying to avoid therapy. But I don't know. I think it's.
Well, now you put it on us, so now we all need therapy after reading this.
No, I mean, the book is about a family that like muddles through or struggles and survives through this scenario. So I think there is something kind of hopeful about that. It's about challenging the assumptions of your life and your family story and your family history, and how we connect after that.
Well, hey, thanks for, contributing to trying to get people to read again. I really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to write a book and putting your own history into it. I think, if nothing else, I hope people can get I think it's nice that you put in the story of Vietnamese refugees in there at the start. It's very touching. It's very heartfelt. The very first chapter got me sucked in already. So thanks for sharing that, and thanks for writing the book, and thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Man. It's available now. It's Kevin Wynn, everybody.
I think so.
Open access makes research findings available to everyone, enabling faster innovation and removing barriers to readership. Find out more at wileyopenaccess.com.
伊勢丹ビューティーオンライン400ブランド1万点を超える品揃えポイントを貯めてお買い物をさらにお得にお得で嬉しいサービスもデパコス専門オンラインストア伊勢丹ビューティーオンライン
Y'all, so we are officially now in a government shutdown. So it started last night. I believe it was at 12 o'clock at night on the dot. And I want to walk you through what that means here. So let me start with this and just give you the general breakdown of exactly what's happening. So about 750,000 federal workers are going to be furloughed daily. 750,000. And there are still things that are considered essential that continue. So, for example, a bunch of military stuff, law enforcement stuff, border protection, air traffic control, critical healthcare stuff like the VA, like all that stuff continues. But a lot of stuff stops. So anything that's administrative in the government, anything that's clerical, any support roles, agencies like the Department of Education and Housing and Commerce, about, I think it's like half or so.
There it is.
Well,
I got plums in the bottom. See the plums?
So a lot of people are furloughed. Like I said, nearly 1 million people are furloughed. Then there's also, people who still have to work, but then they don't get paid yet. And, in previous shutdowns, it's like when they got it all sorted out, there was back pay that was given and whatnot. I don't know if I trust this regime to do that. That's the first point. But this was all because they couldn't reach a budget deal. Now remember, Trump's the president, so the Republicans hold the White House, the Senate, the House of Representatives, and they hold the courts, although that's not pertinent to this conversation. So they control every lever of government, and so this is 100% on them. Now they need...
Let's see what else is it. Did Millie come out? General Milley.
Let me give you guys an update right quick.
You
hear that?
Joint Chiefs of Staff.
So 8 hours ago, we started playing this speech for the National Guard.
Up here on this stage.
And now, 8 hours later, we're still playing it. We've been playing it all day long. It's General Milley's speech reminding our America's military what we took an oath to remember your oath. And I want you to listen to what he says right here.
Unique among the world's military.
Listen.
We don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution.
8 hours.
The idea of America.
8 hours I've been playing this and I ain't stopping. As long as they're here,
the United States of America,
General Milley's here.
which is the moral.
Let me give you guys an update.
We are unique among militaries. We do not take an oath to a king or a queen, a tyrant or a dictator. We do not take an oath to an individual. No, we do not take an oath to. We are unique among militaries. We do not take an oath to a king or a queen, a tyrant or a dictator. We do not take an oath to an individual. No, we do not take an oath to. We are unique among militaries. We do not. We don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that it's America, and we're willing to die to protect it.
General Milley today at his retirement ceremony said, quote, "We don't take an oath from a wannabe dictator." You actually
General Milley, what he did is really treasonous. If you look at what he said to China, he's either stupid or it's treason. But what he said to China should never be allowed. That can never be allowed in our country.
Did you suggest
and you know what,
attacking China?
General Milley, who I know, he's a lazy guy. He left billions and billions of dollars worth of equipment with the Taliban. General Milley's a lazy guy who's not very smart. But what General Milley did to China and with China is a disgrace. And
but why
frankly, there are
death?
many people that would call it treason.
But why?
We don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that it's America, and we're willing to die to protect it.
General Milley today at his retirement ceremony said, quote, "We don't take an oath from a wannabe dictator." You actually
General Milley, what he did is really treasonous. If you look at what he said to China, he's either stupid
or country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that it's America, and we're willing to die to protect it. Every soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, Guardian, and Coast Guardsman, each of us commits our very life to protect and defend that document, regardless of personal price. A country.
Yeah, kiwi fruit. Yeah. It's really nice. Japan has really nice kiwi. It's the type that you can just eat. You can eat this kiwi. My sons eat it. They just eat the whole skin and everything. Right? Just cut it off. Look, it's a golden kiwi. Just go ahead and eat the skin. I know. The Supreme Court is to blame. Roberts. But I think they're in on it. It is sweet. Just eat the whole thing. These are my green peppers. I broke it up by mistake trying to pick it. I didn't have a thing to cut it. So, little baby peppers. Little babies. My wife will eat them. I can just saute them. There's one coming out red. fridge. My wife makes these things for the fridge. Here's some more. All right, later, malts. Here's an eggplant. Eggplant. Some more green peppers. I don't know how much are green peppers in the States? Yeah, from newspaper. She makes them out of newspaper. Little baggies out of newspaper. Actually, these all should be red ones. All these red ones should be together. These first. Give these to my mother-in-law. And these are my sweet potatoes. Look at the size of these sweet potatoes. Are those big or what? Those are some fucking big ass sweet potatoes. I think I'm gonna put them in here. Yeah, they're kind of big. I'd like to bake them. What should I do with them? What's leaking? Something's leaking. What would you do with a... No, I don't miss America. Well, what is there to miss? Seriously, what is there to miss? Let's drop these off at my mother-in-law's. God damn. I gotta clean up this damn, all this shit here. Wait until my wife sees all this shit here. My family never fucking empties out shit. Avoiding no, I'm sorry, the t-shirt, the phone was sideways. I was cleaning the floor and shit. Need a glass of milk. Spinning. Thanks, Jimmy. What industry? I'm in the industry of living. How about you, Pat? A little bit of farming industry. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's milk. This is my son's. These are my son's cups when my kids were babies. These were theirs. That was Mikey's and Tommy's cups. There's Mikey and Tommy's cups. Spider-Man. Always makes everything taste better. Undoubtedly. All right. Let's run over to the in-laws. Drop this off. Drop some Pima. Got too many for the house. We'll just go bad. Look at the mess I made. God damn. You guys know I'm short, right? You guys know I'm really short. You guys know I'm only like 4 foot tall, right? You guys already, you know I'm really short. You know I'm really short. I'm only like 4 foot. I'm only like 4'3". I'm super short. I'm really short. guys all working. I'm in Fukui. I'm on Echizen Coast near Tsuruga. Northeast of Kyoto, up on the coast. What's up? Doing good, Christian. Dropping off some food at my in-laws. This is my in-laws' house. Drop this off here. All right. Dropping off these green peppers. Ugh. What's up with the seat cover? My kids love NBA. They love NBA basketball. My sons do. My oldest son. He loves watching my podcast. I think I'm gonna get off here for a little bit. I gotta go take a shower and relax and exhausted. I'll be on later. I made my hooch. Thanks for everyone for stopping in. Thanks everyone for the likes, the follows, you know, getting there. Keep fighting, being a cheerleader for all you guys fighting that you know, that fascism. Bringing the light. Everyone, get out there and protest and make your 5 calls every day. getting a ritual, you know, educating folks, being educated on what's going on there, you know. I don't know where Iteji is. Thank you guys. Appreciate it, the support. Appreciate hanging out. Thanks a lot for the contributions. There is try to see if he's still here. It was Blake. Thanks, Blake, for the contributions. Anyway, I'll catch you later. I'm gonna go chill out. Need to relax. And talk soon.